Silent service puts you in the driver's seat of an American submarine in the Southwest Pacific in World War II. This awesome simulator from MicroProse was a departure from the usual flight simulator. By 1985, MicroProse had established itself as prime supplier of military flight simulations, with former US Air Force pilot Bill Steely loudly promoting the games developed chiefly by his co-founder Sid Meier. Their name already stood for technical quality, well-designed software, and highly warmongering contents. Silent Service at least used a historical scenario, the Pacific Naval Theatre of World War II. Going against Imperial Japanese fleets. Not exactly nice, but fairly tame by MicroProse standards of the time, which didn't stop the game from being banned in Germany, but then again, which wargame wasn't? The marketing validity of a submarine simulation on home computers in general had yet to be shown, however. Would people want to play such a thing without the physical periscope gimmick which had graced about every arcade machine? The game turned into an astounding success, essentially founding a whole new subgenre. If you're the kind of person who loves to get their teeth into games like this, then you'll also enjoy reading the instruction booklet, which in itself is a work of art, and at 50 pages long, it'll cover the aims and limitations of the simulation. Like all worthwhile simulations, you'll definitely need to read this through for half an hour or so before you get stuck into the game. I'll link it on the video description. What makes Silent Service so appealing? First and foremost, the simulation is quite action-packed. Saving itself any strategic considerations, the scenario nevertheless caters for drastic changes of pace at tactical level. Each battle begins with a sighting. Transport ships and troop transporters are easy targets, though usually protected by one or more destroyers, which obviously command much more firepower than a puny submarine, so it's all a game of surprise and detection. Carefully approaching underwater, periscope carefully up, getting in position to fire the first wave of torpedoes, hoping to maybe already take out some of the dangers. Then changing course, going down, or even simply stopping the engines in order to shake the now alerted enemies off your trail. Slow and careful phases, sneaking around, give way to short but immensely intense outbursts of quick action, only to go back into silent mode again right after, if everything goes right. If they got your scent, water bombs will soon be dropping down, the dreaded ping of the enemy sonar spelling approaching doom. All the more effective considering the game is otherwise mostly silent. For sure, that would be the time to eject some debris as diversion. Claustrophobia sets in. If everything finally does work out, there is the incredibly rewarding moment of triumph emerging from the depth to finish off those now defenseless transports. Night and day influence missions significantly, not just a swap of colour palette, starting at dusk and even more so during the night. Surface attacks become a possibility, adding even more tactical options. After all, ship batteries can charge while above water, and darkness may provide sufficient cover. The level of semi-realistic simulation configurable at the start, the game allows for different difficulty levels. What they all have in common is the effective control scheme. Freely switching between submarine's main stations, it is your task not to just set the course and depth, but also to fire torpedoes as well as the deck guns. The zoomable map does wonders to support operations. It reliably indicates torpedo positions. It accounts for line of sight. Enemy ships start blinking when not actually visible anymore, and position is only assumed. The damage report and overall ship status is more than valuable and intuitive to read. All that said, it is no wonder that when Silent Service 2 was released 5 years later on Commodore Amiga, it was essentially only a graphics and sound update. Shortly after, MicroProse would have called it Silent Service Deluxe or Silent Service Gold, in line with their other remakes they released at the time. Nevertheless, this second part blew everyone away again, speaking volumes of the original strong design, which still shines today, and therefore definitely deserves a big thumbs up. It might be a bit difficult to play at first, but once you've mastered the controls. But as this is a simulation, mastering the controls is not the easiest of tasks. However, it is definitely an excellent game in every respect. Give it a whirl on your Commodore 64 or indeed Amiga. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and let me know what you thought of Silent Service in the comments section. Another classic covered, but with more coming regularly. I hope you stick around and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. It's an epic journey, but let's continue and see what other classics we can unearth. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now. A massive thank you to the following Patreons. Your continued support goes a long way to ensure we continue on this epic journey down memory lane. And also those who have joined the YouTube membership. Stay retro.